I was worthy to open the scrolls. Hallelujah. All earth and heaven knows. Oh, praise him. Lord of David, comes Zion, Lion of Judah, stands up and stands tall. How stands up and stands tall. Kimbo, Natan Zambi, Yamasulu. Betuabu Benabetus, hallelujah, glory, hallelujah to Tatan and Zambi's children, the Benabetus, kingdom heirs and joint heirs, hallelujah, hallelujah. We give him all the Kimbo, hallelujah. We thank him for who he is and what he's doing in our lives, hallelujah. Ooh, Lord, and heaven knows. Ooh, the root of David, lion stated, King of Judah. Hallelujah. Praise him. Stands tall. Oh, glory. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, oh, fanele uwe. Oh, I feel another now. I feel another now. Oh, hallelujah. Praise the name of the Most High, for He alone is worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy of all the Kimbo. Hallelujah. I am exceedingly happy. I thank the Most High for His loving kindness and His tender mercy. I thank you for all that He's doing, all that He's about to do, all that He has already done. We are, hallelujah, in the end games. Hallelujah. We are in the last mile of the war of the race with Sonini and Nini. We are enduring, hallelujah, hardness as soldiers of the Most High. Praise be this holy name. I am just eternally grateful to be able to come and share with you that which the Most High has shared with me. Praise his name. Hallelujah. So I turn this down, go before him in prayer, and then I will give to you that which he's given to me. Hallelujah. So Nini na Nini Tatan and Zambi, as I come before your throne this day, this afternoon, this evening, I thank you for waking us up and clothing us in our right minds. I thank you for taking us out to our various places, giving us traveling mercies, Father, and keeping your hedge of protection around and about us and keeping us from accident, harm, and danger seen and unseen. Father, I ask now that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight. Father, let them not hear me, but hear you. Let me, this flesh, decrease as you would increase. Let your one and semi, your spirit, your ruach, speak through me like only it can. Father, I have no words. If you don't speak, there is nothing to say. And so, Father, I ask now that the hallelujah, there be a transforming of mind. Father, that your word said we must build up, edify, encourage, strengthen, heal, deliver, and set free these your people, Father. I pray for the ears of the hearers of this message, Father, that they will be encouraged, they'll be edified, they'll be built up to continue to run this race that is set before them, Father. Move Tatan and Zambi, Sonini na Nini, Kuswa Congo, like only you can. Because why? At the end of the day, all of the Kimbo goes to you, Sonini na Nini. And I say, Amina, Amina, Ingeta, Ingeta, Ingeta. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I am eternally grateful to the Most High for all that He's doing, all that He's about to do, and all that He's already done for His children. Hallelujah. Yes, I know sometimes it seems hard and it seems as if nothing is really coming into alignment. But I say this, if we trust in Him, if we continue to understand and know that it's He that has called us and not we ourselves, it is Him that has chosen us, we would know at the end of the day, He's already prepared the end from the beginning. He's already gone before us to make the crooked path straight. And sometimes we got to endure hardness as a good soldier to Sanini Nanini and to be able to endure and show our brothers and sisters what it takes to continue to serve Him in spite of persecution, in spite of what is being said about you, in spite of being ridiculed, teared down, ostracized, lied on, slandered. You still stand in the midst of this. I know this awakening has not been easy for many of us. Many of us, when our families find out that we're calling on the name Sonini Nanini, Tata Nanzami, Kuswa Congo, they look at us as, hey, hold on, what's going on here? What's going on here? You going after an occult? You understand? But you know within yourself that you study, you research, it rests in your spirit, this truth. And so, because this spirit, this truth that's rest in your spirit, you're going and you're running after the things of the Most High. Think about it. When Masindasi came, he talked to he talked to the disciples, which he now is disciples, but the fishermen. He tell them, "Come, follow me." They left their lucrative businesses to follow after him. This is what I'm talking about in terms of faith walkers. Literally leaving what you know as the norm and going after the things of Sonini Nanini. I'm telling you, my sisters and brothers, this is the hour and the time that we're in when He's asking us to walk away from religion, tradition as we know it. Some of us got to walk away from family. Some of us got to walk away from jobs. Some of us got to walk away from countries as we know it, life as we know it, to walk after the things of Sonini Nanini. What is He requiring of you? Because to follow Him, to walk in truth, is required to walk away from self. See, Christianity told us we have to deny self. We have to believe in this JC with all our hearts, mind, soul, and body, and we are saved. But the thing is this: the Most High said to us, if we obey His laws, statutes, and commandments, then we would have eternal life. Hallelujah. So I pray that as we go forward into this evening, you would understand what the Most High is saying. And so, as you saw, the first part of my thing, my heading is, we are the kingdom. When we go back to Genesis chapter 1, what He says in Genesis chapter 1, let me go there for you. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 says, no, I'm not going to start at verse 26. We go Genesis chapter 1. We all like to go there? Yes. He says, and verse 26. Let's go to verse 26. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. He says, then Sonini Nanini said, I will make man in my image according to my likeness. They will have rulership. When I look at the word kingdom, you see a leader, rulership, realm, dominion, domain. So He's saying here in verse 26, He said, I will give them rulership over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So when we understand who we understand that we are kingdom. In us, He created us to rule, to reign, to have dominion, to take charge. This isn't everybody now. Mind you, pay attention. This is not everyone. This is a chosen set of people called the Bantus. He's given them this authority. He said, I chose these set of people before the very foundation of the earth. I chose them before I spoke and said, let there be. I chose these set of people unto myself. So we have to understand that being set apart and set aside by the Most High means that there's a particular particular position we have and we must fulfill. There's a particular mandate, a legislation that has been handed down to us. What is the legislation? What is being handed down to us? He said, for us to have what? To have rulership over. And watch this. Let's go to verse 28. He said, then so Nini blessed them. He increased him. And so Nini to him, he said, what did he give us? Be fruitful. Huh? Be fruitful. He said, and multiply. Fill the earth. And subdue it. And have rulership over. He reiterates the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, over every living thing that moveth on the earth. Be fruitful, multiply, subdue, replenish, have dominion, have rulership. I've created you as a kingdom. And I need you to take your rightful place, Bantus, as kings and queens over a kingdom that I've given to you. And then when Masindisi came, he went a little bit deeper. How did he go a little bit deeper? When we look inside Luke chapter 17 and verse 20, he says that the kingdom is within. Not only just on the outside, but I've created you like myself. So I've given you rulership from within, that you would understand your rightful place. Take your rightful place, Bantus, as heirs and joint heirs. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to give an account. You're going to have to answer when you go before your Father and he says to you, I've given you rulership. What did you do? He used so many things as an example of the authority that he gave us. The sower and the seed, the ruler, the master going away and giving his servants 5 and 4 and 1 talent to occupy until he comes back to do business. So Bantus, he's given us the earth. Yes, I understand. Thank you, Moan and Semi. We've fallen away because of transgression, because we went a whoring after other gods. We want to be like other kingdoms. Remember with Saul, when we would say, oh, give us a king like the other kingdoms. Give us a king like this and give us a king like them. We want to be like them. You know, they said, I want to be like Mike. No, we're supposed to want to be like Sonini Nanini. We want to be like our Father. He said he created us in his image and in his likeness. Why do we want to be like somebody else that is a lesser being than our Father? That our Father has ruled over. That our Father has given us lordship over. But we want to be like, so what did he do? He gave us Saul. Oh my goodness. He said, I can give you Saul, and he tell you the kind of king Saul was going to be. So because of our transgression, because we decided we want to go after strange gods, we want to go whoring after, we want to be like Gomer. How Gomer was married to the prophet, but yet still she won't go back into prostitution. That's what he refers as. Little prostitutes. Every time he buy us back, clean us up, we decide to go back after whatever else we want. Bantus, my sisters and brothers, It's time for us to be clean and stay clean. Sanctify ourselves and walk as kings and queens. Walk as the kingdom that we are. The royal priesthood, a peculiar set of people, a set apart people that the world should be looking at. I want to mimic and be like. But guess what? We decided we want to be like the world. Prodigal sons, prodigal daughters. Oh, we see what the world, we see the glitz and the glamour of the world. And so we decide we want what the world has. So the prodigal son take all of his possessions, throw it on his back, and gone after the glitz and glamour of the city. And then find himself in the city, and after the city then take him and toss him and turn him and all his different things and snatch all of his goods away from him, make him spend all his goods on riotous living. What happened? Now he find himself having to eat what the pigs eat. Huh? Where you find yourself, my sisters and brothers, understand that you are kingdom citizens. You are a kingdom within you. Is a kingdom that lies inside of you. They sing the song, Mary, did you know your baby boy? Yes, she knew because she was foretold what was going to happen. I know in your spirit, you know who you are, but you let the cares of this world, you let the cares of family, you let the cares of a job, you let the cares of society dumbing you down. Wake up. Brush yourself off. The prodigal son did that. He shake himself off. He caught himself. And what he did? My father got servants that eating better than I'm eating. Let me make my way home. Think about reason. You know what our problem is? Oh, this the sinner man doing this and the sinner man doing that. Pay attention to the Most High, because the sinner man have his end. David said, I almost slept when I saw the ways of the wicked, but then I remember their end. That's what we have to remember, Bantus. We can't look at the gates of hell. We can't look at what the evil men and women and empires of this world are doing at this present moment. Their end is hell for all eternity. So the other aspect of this is he said we're supposed to be faith walkers. We have to trust Sonini and Nini where we can't even trace him, when we don't even feel like he's near us. This is the other aspect. We must acknowledge who you are. A royal priesthood, a peculiar people, chosen, set apart by the Most High unto himself. And then you got to become a faith walker. Abraham, we'll start with Abraham. Leave your father's house. Leave all that you know. Leave the familiarity of that. And let me tell you something. The Most High just dropped this in my spirit. This is not the first time Abraham is leaving home. This is not the first time Abraham was leaving home. Remember, his father had sent him to secure him from Nimrod, because why? Nimrod wanted to kill him. A prophetic word already decreed, already went over Abraham's life. Nimrod knew Abraham was just a replacement. He knew that Abraham was a righteous seed that was born in the earth. So his father sent him down to his uncle, his grandfather, sent him down to Noah and Shem them, to learn the ways of the Most High. Sometimes the Most High got to set you apart for a time and a season. And then when Moses was set in what he knew, he was able to go back again to his father's house. But the very last time now, the father said, the Most High said, okay, now, Abraham, 70 years old, 70 years old, still up underneath his father's wing. Because we have to remember, age back then is not how we age in now. Being 100 years old is just still as being a child, still full of your youthfulness then. So now he's telling Abraham, leave your father's house. You ain't gonna return here, so you might as well see your dad, and because there's no return. Some of us now, we are afraid to leave. Tata's telling you, okay, now it's time to pack up, time to get out, time to head home to land which I'll show you, whether it's Kenya, whether it's Tanzania, whether it's Zambia, whether it's Botswana, whether it's Congo, Angola, wherever it is he's telling you. Rwanda, Benin, Cameroon. I don't know where he's sending you, but he's saying time to pack up. This is a faith walk. You must become a faith walker. You cannot walk by what you see. He said, Abraham, go to a land. I will show you. Abraham just started going. Abraham didn't see the land. He didn't know exactly where it was, but he was leaving. He just pack up all his Georgie under him, his wife, and he bring his nephew behind him. Sometimes you may want to bring some people behind you. You want them to come when you coming out, but this may not be their time to come out. They may be the remnant to bring the rear end up. But this is the season of being faith walkers. We cannot walk by sight. Abraham's faith was accounted unto him as righteousness because he walked in obedience. Think about it. Our faith is about walking in obedience to the Most High and his calling, his pricking to us. That's what this faith walk is all about. Obedience. We said obedience is better than sacrifice, my sisters and brothers. Do you really believe it? Are you really holding on to the fact that he told you, come, go to a land which I will show you. Come, go to Kenya. Come, go to Tanzania. Come, go to Namibia. Come, go to Botswana. But I don't know nobody there. So what? He's with you. You're a kingdom. You're a ruler. You're heir. You're a set apart one. You're a muntu. Muntus don't walk by fear. They walk in faith. He didn't give us fear. Ashatan, God Rael, is the one who caused us to have this fear. My sisters and my brothers, let's go a little bit further. Moses had to move by faith. He told Moses, I'm going to use you to go and tell Pharaoh, let my people go to deliver my people. I'm sending you as a deliverer. Me, I can't. They say he couldn't talk, speak. So he wasn't eloquent in words. My thing is this: if Moses was raised in the house of Pharaoh, had the best of teachers, what did hinder him from speaking? I'm just asking. But he trusts what the Most High told him. And he went and told Pharaoh exactly what he said. And over a period of time, Pharaoh refused to let the people go. The Most High sent plague after plague after plague. And then he turned around and hardened the heart of Pharaoh. Could it be that it's the Most High hardening the heart of your boss? Could it be the Most High hardening the heart of your spouse? Could it be the Most High hardening the heart of your children? Could it be the Most High hardening the heart of our governments in the Western world and even here on the continent? So he could show up mighty and strong and him being our deliverer, but us be walking in obedience, faith walkers to believe that he would deliver, he would heal, and he would set free. Let me say this. And we keep on talking about the Mzungus that are in the land and all these different things. When Abraham came to the land, weren't there Canaanites in the land? Weren't there Hittites and Jebusites and Amorites? Weren't these other people in the land? When Joshua came to the land, because Moses wasn't able to come over, Joshua had to lead the people across. Faith walk. Didn't they meet some giants? They still meet the giants in the land? This walk in this Bantu truth, this Bantu awakening is literally what faith walk truly is. Being mocked. See, in Christianity, everybody was banding together. Kumbaya, kumbaya, and all this different stuff. And yeah, but now when you're going against the green, now you become a salmon. You ain't going downstream with the water. You're swimming against the green, against what they taught you. This is a faith walk. Where my faith walkers are. Where those that are trusting Sonini Nanini, Tatan and Zambi, taking him at his word against all odds, against all the criticism, all the condemnation, all the being called an antichrist. Woo, that was the first one. Being called an antichrist. Yeah, that's a new one added to my list of what I've been called now. Because I preach in this Bantu truth. Because I come against Christianity. But I stand in good company. Because my syndicy was called Beelzebub. So I'm in good company with my big brother. My sisters and my brothers. First, we must acknowledge who we are, accept that we are kingdom, we are kingdom, we are rulers, leaders. We are being called and set apart and chosen for such a time as this. We are Bantus. We are the ones that are being chosen by the Most High. And then we must walk by faith. We must walk by faith. Faith is inevitable. When we go and we look in the hall of faith, we look Sarah. We look at Rahab the harlot. We look at so many that has walked by faith. Let's look at Ruth. Ruth was married to Naomi's son. Naomi's son died. And Ruth could have stayed in the country she knew. She was a Moabitess. But she saw something her mother-in-law demonstrated. Her mother-in-law demonstrated something, even though Naomi say call her Mara because she was bitter because of the hurt and whatever have you and stuff like that. But she returned back to where she came from. And Ruth, by faith, adopted her mother-in-law. She was engrafted. Hallelujah. She believed what her mother-in-law believed. And she turned around and tell her, where you lay your head, I gonna lay. Your sonini nanini is my sonini nanini. Where you gonna die, I gonna die. That's a faith walk. To live the life that you know, the practices that you knew, to walk after something you never knew. And a lot of us now walk away from Christianity. And now we're walking in this Bantu truth. And it hasn't been easy because when we look among ourselves and among the leaders among us, it makes you want to question. But we understand this thing. The enemy will not allow us to just leave just like that. He wants to come and fight. What Pharaoh did? And Pharaoh came after the Bantus. He pursued them. Because then he realized he lost. Let me tell you something. The gates of hell don't know they lost. But they're still coming after us with all their strong illusions, with their job. They want to block out the sun. They want to install these illegal having to travel bans. They send out all kind of false advertisements. And then they say, we are the conspiracy theorists. My sisters and my brothers, my fellow Bantus, it is imperative that we walk by faith in this hour. We don't walk by what we hear in the media or what we see in the news. It is important that we walk by faith. It's important that we take Sonini Nanini at his word. It is important that We understand the dominion, the power, and authority that has been entrusted inside of us. We must, we must stay focused and pay attention. Because in this hour, Sonini Nanini, through his Muwan Semi, he's speaking to us expressly. But are we listening? Are we paying attention? Are we raising our frequency? Are we rising ourselves up above what these people are saying, or what we're hearing? We have to literally become tone deaf to the noise in the market, to the naysayers, the soothsayers, and those who have all the medias. We have to have such a relationship with the Most High at this time that our faith is so high. We're walking literally by it like the horse with the blinders all in a race. Running towards the mark of the high calling which is inside Sonini Nanini. Laying aside every weight and every transgression that so easily beset us. My brothers and sisters, it is far past time of us acknowledging who we are. We acknowledge that we are Bantus. We acknowledge that we are set apart. Let us now walk by faith. Let me tell you, when the Most High delivered the children, the Bantus, out of Egypt the first time, they didn't know where they were going, but they left. Yes, they murmured and they complained in the wilderness. But you know what they did? They left. What am I saying to you? It is time for you to fasten your laces, your shoes, buckle up, put on your walking shoes, and get ready to leave. This is a faith walk. If you say now that you're Bantu, you acknowledge that. You say that Sonini Nanini is the name that you're calling on. Or Kuswa Congo, Isaiah Congo, or Masindisi, or Bawa, whatever Bantu name, but you acknowledge that you are Bantu. You are one of the children of the book. This is who you are. Your walk now must be a faith walk. You cannot get caught up in being a people pleaser, a friend pleaser. You have to walk this thing out by faith. Can I tell you that I am here in Kenya by faith? I walked by faith. Every day I live by faith, trusting Sonini Nanini. That is Him who brought me here. Now, I know for some people, they may feel like they need to have all of their ducks in a row and all of their I's dot and their T's cross. Did Abraham have all of his ducks in a row, all his I's dot and his T's cross? No, he didn't. But he walked by faith. Moses, Sarah, Joseph, Ruth. Come on, help me. So many walked by faith, just trusting Sonini Nanini at his word. And this is what he's asking us Bantus now. You know the truth. You know you're a Bantu. You know you're the chosen people of the book. Now you got to walk by faith. Step out. Let's go to Peter. Peter said, Masindisi, if that's you, bid me to come. Bid me to come. And he said, come. What Peter did, step out of the boat and start walking on water. And as long as his eyes was on Masindisi, as long as his eyes was on Uzziah Congo, he was walking on that water. But the minute he took his eyes off of him and looked at everything else that was going on around him, he started to sink. And that's where the problem is. That's where the fear comes in. The fear comes in and stepping out because you're looking at everything else other than Masindisi, other than Sonini Nanini. Stop looking at everything else and look at him. Don't look at Apostle Charmaine. Don't look at who you want to. I was gonna say Brother Jonathan, Nabi Jonathan, and don't look at this one, and don't look at Izakaka and all these other people. Don't look at them. Stay focused. Hold on to what the Most High told you. When we come, we should come and confirm what he's told you. We're supposed to be able, the agents to come and give you wind beneath your wing, to continue to run the race, to continue to walk by faith. We should be the great cloud of witnesses to cheer you on as you do what the Most High, so Nini Nani, tell you to do. I'm here to be your biggest cheerleader. Come home. Walk by faith. Trust him. That the minute you make that decision to come home, the minute you purchase that ticket, the minute you set that date, this is the day I want to leave. I'm not telling you the obstacles won't come. I'm not going to tell you that the enemy is not going to fight you. I will not tell you that. I will not tell you that the enemy will not fight you, because why? The enemy don't want y'all to come home, because let me tell you something. They want to stay in control of the land. They want to continue to raid this land. They want to continue to have dominion over this land. But the minute you decide, we decide to come home, we decide to come and occupy. Let me tell you, our frequency together, it will be such a move of the Most High. You I can't encourage you enough. I wish, I pray that I had the finances to bring you all home. But I believe that the Most High set the date. Get your calendar. This is now June. Set your calendar. Set your calendar. Say, this is Tatan and Zambi. So Nini na Nini. This is the date. I want to go home. I want to be home by July 10th. I want to be home by July 21st. I want to be home by August 2nd. I want to be home by September, October. I want to get home. This is the date I'm setting, and this is what I'm working towards. I'm downsizing. I'm getting rid of all of my extra stuff that I cannot carry. I'm allowed 2 pieces of luggages. I'm going to check for a shipping company. I'm going to go online and see what's required of me for the immigration. I'm going to see what's required of me with a visa. I'm going to start doing my research. What is it going to cost for me to get an apartment or a house? If I have children, how am I going to homeschool them? Because we've been homeschooling our children almost a year now, almost 2 years. Online classes begun, and that's it. So the Most High showed you where you're at, that it's able to be done. If you're still in Egypt and you're able to homeschool your children, if you're in Egypt and you're not working and you're still surviving, you can imagine what the Most High will do with you coming home. How much more He will bless you, increase you, multiply you. I have an interview on my transitioning table here on my channel with the Manning family. Listen what they said. They came home with nothing. They moved by faith. Their very first time on a plane was to come home. People are coming. My sisters and my brothers, I know some of y'all are really waiting on a big, mega financial increase from the Most High. But could I say this to you? Could it be that the Most High is waiting on you to make a step to come home? You're still holding on a house, still holding on a car, still holding on a job, but he's trying to push you to walk by faith and not by sight. I talked to my, yeah, any which way. All I'm here to do is to encourage you and give you what he gave me. And what he said is, we are the kingdom. We are the set apart. He created us in his image and in his likeness. He poured his Muwan and Semi inside of us. He gave us dominion and rulership over everything. Satan came in, Ashatan, Rael, and invoked fear. Oh, you can't move like that. You don't have 10,000. You don't have a million. You don't have 5,000. You have 20,000 in your account. Where you going? You gotta trust the Most High. This is a faith walk season. People say mountain. We dub mountain moving season. It's faith walk. The mountains gotta move. He said, if you have faith, as small as a grain of mustard seed, and you say to the mountain, be thou removed and cast into the sea. That mountain has to obey your voice. That mountain has to obey your voice. So what's your mountain that you're not speaking to, you're not taking authority over to walk by faith? What's the size of your faith? What's the size of your faith? Some of us get a measure of faith, and that's fine. 30, 60, maybe 100. What about the gift of faith? He want to impart the gift of faith. He want to stir up that gift of faith inside of you, that you would just walk by faith, trusting and believing that this is what he tell you and this is what you're moving with. You know what? Oh, send me a sign. Okay, he send you a sign. Send me another sign. He send you another sign. Send me another confirmation. He send you another confirmation. And you still sitting on your do nothing, waiting on something. I can't talk about nobody else. I talk about Abraham walking by faith. Talk about Moses walking by faith. Talk about Ruth walking by faith. Talking about Rahab the harlot who had the house on the wall, high despise, operated by faith. I heard of Sonini Nini. I heard what Sonini Nini did to those other nations. Listen, I'm going to hide y'all, but when I hide y'all, I want y'all to help save me. Who have faith to believe that what he did, they would come back and save her. Her faith was accounted unto her. She's in the hall of faith. Let me talk about myself. I know sometimes, I got to put myself out there. I'm living here in Kenya by faith. Because the Most High said, go. Ain't everybody like you. No, ain't everybody like me. But guess what? That's his desire. That we be on one accord and we walk by faith. We move by faith. We operate by faith. That our faith will be counted unto us as righteousness. That we will be in good standing with him. Let me tell you all something, how faith works. Yeah? I sitting on this chair by faith, believing that the chair would hold me up. You jump in your car, turn the keys by faith, believing without even knowing that you exercise in faith. Believing that when you turn that the key in that ignition, that vehicle is going to start. You go and work on a job for 7 hours or 8 hours a day, 40 hours or 42 hours a week, believing at the end of the week or at the end of the month, then people are going to still have finances to pay you. That's your faith to believe. You believe after 4 years of going to somebody's university or college, you can get a degree. You believe when you put your ATM card inside that machine and press how much money you want from it, it's going to come out. All these different levels of faith you've been exercising. Now the Most High is telling you, exercise your faith to come home. Trust Him that He will make a way and He will make the provision for you. But you don't see it in your hand and you don't see it in your bank account, so you ain't coming. Not until I see it in my bank account. Not until I show how much money I have coming in every month. I faith. You depend on your own security. Yeah, but ain't everybody can move like that. And I understand that. But if you truly trust Nini na Nini, if you truly understand the kingdom is within you, if you understand that if your mouth open up and decree a thing, it shall be established. If you understand, if you ask, it shall be given. You knock, and the doors be open. If you seek, you will find. If you understand, if you pray, or if you understand, touch any tool, touching and agreeing on anything, it shall be established. If you understand, if you have faith as small as a grain of a mustard seed, you could make things happen. Then you will understand who you really are, a royal priesthood, instead of just a saying and a cliche. A chosen people, a set apart people. You will understand that your father, so Nini na Nini, will never allow you to come to open shame. He put Job to the test. Did Job curse him? Job's wife got mad. Job's wife tell him to curse the Most High and die. But he stayed faithful. I pray that something I say help you to reevaluate your present situation and your present way of thinking and your present way of approaching the Most High. And truly understand that this is a faith walk. And He's requiring faith walkers. What did He tell the rich young ruler? The rich young ruler was, I kept all of this and I kept that and I kept the next thing. He said, sell everything you have and follow me. How many of you, He's telling you, sell everything you have and come home. But what I can have? I had that same question too. Where I can live? What I can have? How I can survive? Could I tell you all, I've been here in Kenya now 7 months. My power's still on. I still have a roof over my head. 7 months. And travel in the midst of it. Because of faithfulness, He would touch the hearts of whoever He needs to touch to make sure all of our needs are supplied according to His riches and glory. He might give you that $1 million idea the minute you sit on that plane to come home. You sell everything you have. You give away everything you have. You say, Tata, this is all I have. I go in because you say go, and I trust in you. I trust in you to meet all of my needs when I get there. And guess what? When you get to the airport, to whichever nation He sent you to, there's a house there. There's a chauffeur, a driver to the airport to pick you up. And there's twice the amount of finances on your account. He's waiting for you to be a faith walker. Is there any faith walkers out there who would take Nini na Nini at His word and start dumping stuff, getting rid of stuff, giving away stuff, selling stuff? Downside to get out. Don't get stuck inside Babylon, my sisters and my brothers. Don't get stuck. Let me tell you, there's an impending danger. Let me go. Let me give you the scripture. Just look. Ooh, Luke 17. And go back to Luke 17. Luke 17, verse 5 says, Then the apostles said unto Masindici, Increase our faith. Then Masindici said, If you had faith like a grain of mustard seed, you would say to this mulberry tree, Be pulled up and by the root and be planted in the sea, and it will obey you. If you have faith like a mustard seed, you would say to them, Pull up and be planted by, and it would obey your voice. Let's go down a little bit further. Now he said to the disciples, verse 22. Let's go to the disciples, verse 22. Now he said to the disciples, the day will come when you will want to see one of these days the Son of Man, but you will not see it. Let me tell you, the day is going to come when he's not going to hear you. Because he keep on telling you what to do, and you're still holding on and waiting on something to happen. When he gives you the power to say to whatever your situation is. And they will say to you, see here and see there, and so do go after this and go after that. He says, sure, for as the lightning which flasheth and the light up the sky from one end to the other, so will the Son of Man be in his day. This is how swiftly he's going to move. But you have to trust him that he will move this swiftly on your behalf. Just as the lightning flash and light up the sky, he can move this fast. He said, but first he must suffer many things. You've been suffering many things, Bantus. How many more things you want to suffer in that Western world before you pack up and leave? You won't wait till they give you a job? The what you call it? The marshals and the, what you call these people? The police? Because all of them are part of the conspiracy. You won't wait till martial law come. You won't wait till now you see the National Guards come knocking on your door, kicking your door down and jabbing you. That's what you want to do? Expect to be rejected by people because of this Bantu message. But you need to be a faith walker to know that the Most High is calling you out. Pack up and get out. I'm sorry that I'm getting all emotional right now, but some of you are waiting for the most frivolous things to happen that Tatan and Zambi could do just while you're sitting on a plane. While you're sitting in the airport, you'll hear a bing on your phone and look at your phone and see twice the amount of finances you have in your account is there, or 3 times the amount. The $1 million you've been praying for, the monies that he's been promising you he's going to give you. He might be waiting on you to move by faith. He says this. He said, in the same way, as it was in the days of, let's go to Noah first. Let's go to 27. Let's go to 20. Listen to this. Luke chapter 17, 26. Let me go 26. I beg your pardon, please. And as it was in the days of Noah, so will it also be in the days of the sons of men. Listen to me. That's how it is right now. People crying, no, come home. Noah said, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain. Rain is coming. They ain't never see rain. We ain't see no pressure to move. We ain't see them need to hurry up, get out. So they was giving in marriage and eating and drinking. What he says, and they eat and drink and marry wives, and they were given in marriage until the day of Noah entered into the ark. And Noah didn't shut the ark. The Most High shut the ark. And the floods came and destroyed them all. Are you waiting like that? Are you waiting like that? Oh, and he never rain. Ain't nothing can happen to me right now. I safe. You won't wait till the last minute. set no dates. I waiting for the Most High to do this, and I waiting for him to do that. And while he waiting on you to do something, he said, command ye me. He said, wait on me. He said, command ye me. Bring me in remembrance of my word. Tell me what you want me to do. In the same way as it was also in the days of Lot. They eat and they drink and they bought and they sold and they planted and they built. Some of y'all still planting and building, buying cars and buying houses. Ain't nothing happening. It ain't gonna rain. That be okay. We good. My daddy say, go back to the bank and get another loan. In bondage again. But on the very day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven. Let me tell you something. We don't know who the last person is that the Most High is going to move from now to the northern or to the west or to the diaspora, and then fire and brimstone. He has allotted someone to be the last person to move, to be a Lot. And when that Lot comes out, I pray that y'all who are listening underneath the sound of my voice, don't be caught in the fire and brimstone. Because let me tell you, the Western world will be destroyed. America, South America, the Bahamas, the Caribbean, the Isles of the Sea will be no more. Here, you call me crazy just like you call Noah crazy. They call Noah crazy. Why is she putting all this pressure? Why is she making it seem so urgent? Noah was telling, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. Bam, bam, he building his house. It's building the ark, like the Most High tell him, build the ark. It's gonna rain, y'all. I can imagine him telling him, he might have been like me, got an amplifier in his throat. He didn't need no mic. His voice was loud enough to just listen. It's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. And they going about their business, buying and selling, drinking and having a good time, and going to the store and all this different stuff, and making no plans to get out. Yeah, but I got my plan in my head. In your head? What's your exit date? What date you put before Tata say, Tata, on this day I want to leave? Checking the ticket prices. What you tell him? What are you commanding him? But he tell me he can give me a substantial. Okay, I got nothing to say about that. He says this. Destroy them all. He said that is why. That is the day. That is the way it will be. Watch this. That is the way it will be on the day when the Son of Man is revealed. When he step out of eternity and come into time. That's what's going to happen. Everybody, you'll be looking in the sky, but you're stuck inside the Western world. No man, nor the day, nor the hour. You don't know that. They tell us we got X amount. Some people prophesy this amount of years and this amount of days and stuff like that. I can't prophesy that. Because he said, no man, no. Some people say we got 10 years. Well, that 10 years then now wind down to 8 years now. That's what they tell us. But nobody knows. Nobody. He said, Miss Cindy, she said, not even I know. Noah didn't know when that ark was going to, when he went in the ark that last time that door was going to be closed. Lot didn't know that very moment he left Sodom and Gomorrah, that same day Sodom and Gomorrah was going to be burnt down. He just knew he had to get out. That it was going to be destroyed, but he didn't know. What else I going to say right here? In that day, he who is on the house top, this is the scripture being resting in my spirit for the past couple of days now. This is how some of y'all Can be running. You can be on a housetop and you're going to have to jump down and you can't go inside to get no belongings. You can be in the field and you can't go back inside the house to get done. You're going to have to run from the field. Remember Lot's wife. Whoever seek to save his life, lose it. But whoever lose his life will save it. Sometimes you got to walk away and lose some stuff. So the Most High can show you his glories, his goodness. So the Most High can reveal himself to you. You know, they tell us two can be in the field and one can be carried away. And let me tell you, I believe this. There's Apostle Shamin. They're saying I can't tell for nobody else. I believe that we in that time where two together and one can believe and the other one ain't gonna believe, and the one who believe gonna have to leave and leave the one who don't believe this Bantu message, and they gotta get out to get out. So some people can get left behind because they ain't gonna believe what you say. Time to get out. I love each and every one of you. I thank the Most High for you. I pray that something that the Most High said through me to you has resonated inside of you and has pricked something inside of you to get out, to start setting your date, to start using your faith. We tell the disciples, if they had faith as small as a mustard seed, they could tell the tree, pluck up, uproot, and be planted over someplace else. Okay, Tata, I want to be plucked up, uprooted, and planted inside the place where you would have me to be in the continent, in your kingdom. This is my date. I want to be out here by July 10th. I want to be out here by August the 1st. I want to be out here by August the 15th. I want to be out here by XYZ. This is my date. I'm looking for my ticket. This is the route I want to take. This is what we got to do. We are heirs, joint heirs. We are rulers. We must use our voices. We must use our algorithm. We must raise our frequency. We must command ye. So nini na nini this day and say, Tata, we want to get out. I'm ready to go home. I don't care about this house. I don't care about this car. I'm wearing this world as a loose garment. I'm just ready to get out of here. And watch him move on your behalf. I'm going to tell you all this. I left the Bahamas July the 11th, 2020, thinking that I would have returned to the Bahamas and then come to the continent. He take me from the Bahamas July the 11th, 2020, took me to New York, allowed me to stay in New York until November. And from New York to Kenya, I never went back to the Bahamas. So now I'm praying for Sonini Nandini to bring my children out. I praying that they would make it out also. I'm not just here talking to you, but I'm praying for the lives and the souls of my children, that I am doing Sonini Nandini's work, that he will there again go and take care and see about my children and my grandchildren and bring them home. Faith walkers, this is season 4. We must walk by faith and not by sight. And I know that I'm not to return to the Bahamas. I'm not to return to America. Is this a hard choice? Yes, it is. But obedience is better than sacrifice. I cannot make sufficient sacrifice to be obedient to the voice of the Most High. I could sacrifice and go back and then what? Die? Well, I could be obedient and stay here and pray and intercede and deliver the messages that he will give me to encourage you in the diaspora, to wake up those that are on the continent to this Bantu message, and to walk by faith, believing and trusting that Sonini Nanini is about to crack the skies and reveal himself to us. Anyway, I thank the Most High for each and every one of you. May he continue to make his face to shine upon us and lift up his countenance unto us. May he make ways out of no ways. May he open up doors, windows, the seven gates of heaven, and give us increase that we won't have enough. May he be like increase you like he did with Jabez. But may you be obedient and get out. Understand who you are. May you become a faith walker in this season. Don't just operate on what you see or what you could figure out, but trust Sonini Nanini like you've never trusted him before. He will not bring you to shame, and he will not allow you to sleep out in the streets. He would make a way for you as he did for me. I'm no better than any one of you that are listening to this broadcast. And if he did it for me, he'd do it for you. I'm telling you. I thank you for listening in. I thank the Most High for each and every one of you. Tatan and Zambi, so Nini na Nini, I give you all the Kimbo. That your people which are called by your name will truly become faith walkers. They will truly grab hold of their faith and speak to their mountains, speak to their circumstances. They will move by faith. Abraham moved by faith. Noah built an ark by faith. Moses went to Pharaoh by faith. Rahab the harlot hid the spies by faith. Ruth left what she knew and walked with Naomi by faith. Esther went before the king by faith. So now, Father, may your people, your children, your Benabetuas walk by faith, believing and trusting that you would make a way, you would open doors for them. They would just exercise their faith to believe, and they will command you this day that you would make the way. You would show them, because your word said you've gone before them to make the crooked path straight. But they have to dare walk therein. Abraham walked out of his father's house by faith, and it was accounted unto him as righteousness. Cover our minds now. May we, hallelujah, no longer be conformed to the thinking of this world and the cares of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our minds, that you may be able to prove what is thy good and acceptable and perfect will. So, Nini na Nini, we give you all the Kimbo. Amina, Amina, Amina. Kimbo, Kimbo. Natan and Zambi. Yamazulu. CME family. Kimbo, Kimbo. Natan and Zambi. Yamazulu. CME family. Kimbo, Kimbo. Natan and Zambi. Yamazulu, Sonini na Nene. I love each and every one of you, and there's nothing you could do about it. Much love. Enjoy the rest of your evening, your day, your week. I know this one thing, that Sonini na Nene, Tatananzame, Kuswa Congo is mindful of you, and he loves you with an everlasting love.